All right, man. What's your name, man, and where you from, man?
My name is Zane Montz. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Okay. How old are you, man?
I'm 45 years old.
45. What caused you to be homeless, you would say?
Basically, traumatic circumstance, I'd say, sort of economic downturn, not only in life, but it was around the time of the economic crisis in our nation. So I don't know if there's contributing factors, but it was not a good time for myself.
How would you say your childhood was growing up, man?
Uh, I grew up with sort of a median childhood uh, per se. I had at times, and I had not a lot of other times. So I got to be honest with that. It fluctuated.
Okay. Did you have both parents growing up?
No, I'm glad you asked that because I'm very proud of my single mother, who's who stuck it out and got her master's degree. Uh, but she raised two sons as a single mother and as a federal employee. So she worked really hard to get to the job that she's at. I'm so proud of her.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. What would you say you learned way too early as a kid growing up?
Oh shoot, learned way too early about probably probably prejudice, like racial prejudice and things like that. I grew up in a racially heated and volatile place, uh, but and didn't have the intellect developed enough to understand what racism was or what derogatory words were. So I struggled with that kind of thing. And
Okay.
made a fool of myself.
Who would you say failed you when you were young?
We always want to say our parents, I think, but now that I reflect fully, I feel like I can't. I have feelings on it, but I can't speak on it. Probably, I'm
It's
not.
all good, bro. You ain't got to speak. Whatever you want to talk about, you can talk about. Whatever you don't want to talk about, you don't have to.
For sure,
Okay.
for sure.
So let me ask you this, man. What did you normalize as a kid growing up that wasn't normal?
I'd say I normalized. Fortunately, fortunately, it wasn't violence, and although I certainly was exposed to that. Let's see. I guess I guess the using of women that became sort of I don't know. It seemed acceptable due to what I had been exposed to at that point, and it's never really acceptable.
Okay.
Shouldn't be at least.
Who would you say hurt you first as a kid growing up?
Mm, my siblings let me down. I feel like in a childhood, not nowadays, so it's all repaired now. But back in the day, I feel like my brother let me down and sold me out a few times.
Now, was he an older brother, younger brother?
Yes, sir, exactly. He was older, by
Okay.
4 years.
Okay. What scared you the most growing up? You would say.
Ooh, I had such scary dreams growing up. I had these nightmares. They were persistent for a while. I think I really do think a paranormal sort of realm did follow me. And
Mm,
people say that kids have brilliant imaginations, and they sort of deal with things differently. But I think kids are more open to paranormal occurrences. So if anything, it's that
no, I agree.
we might imagine some things, but
Did you blame yourself for anything as a kid growing up?
yeah, I definitely did. I feel like I always blame myself for things that were going wrong in the house. I grew up with a brother who was kind of a juvenile delinquent at times. My brother was a bit of a juvenile delinquent, always getting in trouble and having the police chase him, having the police chase him to the house where my mom was, and running inside the house with the police behind him, like ridiculous stuff
Hmm.
like that. So
Okay. Who were you as a younger adult before drugs, man?
I was into science, into nature, into ecology and conservation. I I would study the Audubon Society field guide for reptiles or mammals or minerals and stones, and I would literally memorize the field guide book and think think that I would encounter the certain species or mineral type in the field in the wild behind our house. It was
Okay.
woodland area with grasslands and stuff. I used to think I was an explorer or something.
When would you say life went left for you, man?
Um, Probably around high school, beginning of high school.
Okay. What did you encounter in high school? Like what obstacles did you face in high school?
Um, just sort of other kids that weren't maybe disillusioned with school or stuff going on at that time. A volatile time area.
Where would you say you sleep most nights, man? I know it's been like, you know, over this weekend it's been snowing like a mug, man, and it's literally been like 5 or 6 degrees. So where you been sleeping at, man?
I usually try to seek shelter for like a parking garage. So the best place is to sleep when it's freezing because the ambient air temperature is just warmer in the parking garage for some reason.
Okay.
That's why they say under the bridge too. Like for some reason under a bridge, the heat concentrates and radiates underneath there for some reason.
Okay.
But
You got any blankets?
yeah,
Okay.
I tote blankets with me. All I really need is a pretty decent blanket and a tarp.
Okay.
That
Okay.
really does it for me. Also, I look for vents that blow out air. There's one vent that blows out warm air close to downtown that has saved my life a couple different times.
Would you say you got any kids, man?
Um, I do have a child, but he existed in sort of a different realm because my queen at the time miscarried.
Okay.
So
Sorry to hear that, man.
it's okay. It's okay. Thanks for saying that. In our belief, when that occurs, the youth still does exist and is still alive and very much so celebrated as alive and as a wonderful child. It just exists in what we believe to be a different realm that is often difficult for us to contact or cross paths with or find the frequency to contact it. But he's definitely alive, well, and in this in the realm
Okay.
sort of beyond ours.
Would you say people out here is pretty cool with you, man? Like, do you got any problems out here while you out on the streets?
Yeah, I've dealt with this issue that's kind of grown, and it's at times been incredible. At other times, it's been so very stressful and tumultuous.
Hmm.
The spiritual epiphanies were grand. Well, they were absolutely incredible. They were.
How would you say your family? What relationship do you have with your family? Do you get any help from your family, man, or are you just out here alone?
My mother loves me dearly, and I likewise with her. But for the most part, no, the rest of my family seem to have gone onward.
What's something good about you, man, that the people don't see?
I hope people are able to see my ability to teach others. I don't know if it'll ultimately be in like a lapidary class. I'd like to teach silversmith and jewelry lapidary techniques and tech.
Who do you feel let you down the most in life, man?
mainly myself.
Hmm.
That's all I can really say is that it's been myself who's let my own self down because I've known better for most of what people would say mistakes along the way. But mistakes aren't really that. I think things are supposed to be the way they are for everyone because it's God's will that they arrived at that place and things are the way they are for them. Myself is no exception.
How long would you say you been on drugs?
Some time ago, it's like a blur. I just, no matter what though, I wish I had that the natural approach to life was so much better and more whole. I feel like I was a whole person and I've only deteriorated.
What's one thing you want the people watching this to understand about you, man?
That I'm approachable and compassionate.
What advice would you give to someone walking in your shoes, man?
Never give up on going back to the natural, toxin-free you, and never play with opiates because they're so harmful. They're so very detrimental. I just wish that'd be my main wish is just that people stay optimistic about finding their way back to naturality without intoxicants.
Okay. All right, man. That's gonna conclude our questions for today, man. I appreciate you for your time, man, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, bro.
Thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Appreciate it.